Oh, Alex Med's here. Oh, do I have audio already? Let's see if I do. Oh, okay. Hey, Popeye from Twitch, welcome. Wow, that's a nice farm. This is not my farm. I manage the farm. Oh man, this is go through. Just got done checking up all of the cards and responding to all your amazing emails. The emails are amazing, actually. The Telegram is not. Audio, okay. It's not the best. I don't know the delay of all this, but I'm gonna try not to yell this time because Fitz come is says the audio is okay. Yeah, so I'm kind of just gonna go straight up style and show you kind of how I came to some numbers that apparently are misconstrued, and they might be. Oh, I didn't turn my lights on. Let me turn my lights on. Okay. There we go. Whew! You should be able to see a little better now. I was in the dark. Okay. So, yeah, basically I got, like, obliterated from Telegram within, like, 6 hours of posting the video, which kind of doesn't surprise me, you know? I mean, I'm not surprised. I didn't think it would be that fast. I didn't get booted from Reddit, and I think that's because I didn't actually post the video of myself. Somebody posted a video that I did, but anyways. So, yeah. If you're in crypto full time, you have access to people, and people contact you, and there's a lot of connections that you can make very quickly if you're in it for a long time, and you're telling the truth. So that was part of it. So let me I'll just straight up like go through some of the numbers I have here to try to explain where I came out with all of them, and then I'll talk about the other situations with the D3, as well as I probably make like a follow video. So somebody says, thank you for the email response. Yes, I actually custom type every email, but I had so many messages for this that I did have to write one, like a big one, and then send it, because which was still custom, but it wasn't like personal to you. I do write every email personal though, in case you're wondering. Some people are like, oh, it's an automated system. No, I actually wrote it. Letter by letter. Character by character. So, Fish Game P1 says hi. Hi, Fish Game. So, I'm just gonna like, straight up let anything interrupt me, you know, like, my wife texting or whatever. Bitcoin's going up, check it out. That's pretty legit. You can check my crypto business account, see if that's even anywhere. See, I already got more emails. WaltonChain looks like it's up. It looks like it's at $4.28. Wow. Siacoin made a little pump. Ion Coin is up to 66 cents. Siacoin is a sixth of a penny? No, it's a sixth. Yes, it's a sixth of a penny. That's really bad. Bytem is at 0.2 cents, and Zcash is at $153, up $12. So, yeah. Basically, those are the hot coins that I'm banking on right now. WaltonCoin, Siacoin. I mean, that's invested interest, of course. Ion Coin. I'm actually in Ion Coin because I want to see if a pre-mine coin actually benefits you. So, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I wonder what it's like to pre-mine. So, I pre-mine Ion Coin, and I just wanted to know if it's going to be of a benefit. VO, I never was able to mine VO as far as I remember. Sorry, my allergies are like so bad. I hardly slept last night. you know, like the whole getting kicked off Telegram kept me up. I just couldn't sleep. It was just so hard. Oh man. Okay. So yeah, Zcash, of course, because it's like a very expensive coin, and it's got a good backing. And Bytem because I just wanted to straight up buy a an ASIC that apparently was for a coin that didn't exist yet. So, Fish Game PL1, he wants to know, how much am I earning per day? Well, that's the thing. So, my ASICs and rigs are mixed in with this, but like, the clients here have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to store their rig here. So, they're paying to keep these on, and I charge them to do this full time. So, along with YouTube and researching new coins and telling them about things that doesn't exist yet, they're paying for the cooling and the electric and obviously my salary so I can live. So, because if I'm not here, the rig isn't here. See? Like, anyways. So, yeah. How much you're earning per day is irrelevant in my opinion. I think that's a stupid question. No offense to Fish Game. But I think that per day matters to what you believe in the day you're going to cash out. So, do you do a Discord channel or TG? Yeah, I do a Telegram group. That's for mobile. It is personal though. It's only for the clients. I just don't have time to keep up with that. A Discord, I tried a Discord, but like, I don't know. I think even John was helping me with the Discord, and it was a disaster. Oh, take those silly sunglasses off. These are actually from the old Spaceman outfit. I got my Spaceman outfit right over there. I'll show you. See? See, I'll go over here. I got a Spaceman outfit. You guys remember the Spaceman outfit? I don't know if I want to put this on. I don't have that exciting news to share with you. Going to the moon, baby! Oh man, it's inside out. So this is this, remember the Spaceman outfit? So I used to wear this. I still wear it, but I don't know if we need to put it on right now. And I put my glasses on and put my helmet on because we're going to the moon. Anyways, we'll just leave that there. Okay, I can't actually see with the sunglasses anyway, so you're right. I can't actually see what I'm doing. It's not active though. Oh, there we go. Look at that, digital gold. John is bringing up the rear, watching the Discord. It's not active. Yeah. It's not I don't know. If there's some valid reasons to be on Discord, I guess I can do that. Okay, so let's go to my sheet where I have the D3, and we're going to go over some of the numbers because apparently there's a discrepancy there. People think I'm a FUD. People think I'm lying. People just think I just make stuff up. Yeah, I just make stuff up. That's what I like to do. I'll just like to trick everybody so they can't see the truth. So, from a logic standpoint, I want you guys to think about this. If I have access to ASIC miners that cost 170 bucks, and I can order them in bulk, because I have a business, and we can do that, and I can get a hold of this software, and I can run these rigs because I have a warehouse for the electric. I have the cooling to cool them. Just mathematically, from a moral standpoint, don't you think it would be in my best interest to have all these things on right now? Don't you think that I would be running them right now? Literally. And then when I've gotten like a bazillion Walton coin, I would then tell you guys about it and be like, oh, by the way, I've got ASICs if you want them, right? But no, I didn't do that. That actually was been sitting in the box for a month. And there's a lot of reasons to that. It's not as simple as, oh, he hacked the D3. You would think that, but it's not. Now, I don't have a graph of the difficulty, and I cannot find one. So if somebody could get me a graph of the difficulty of Walton, please, that would be very helpful. So I'm going to put this on the screen here, and I'm going to explain my, oh, what happened to my camera? Did it just die? Ah! Yeah, my camera just died for some reason. I don't know about it. Okay, so I'm going to explain this and then go get my battery because it's too complex. It is kind of complex. All right, so one 1080 Ti. Now, the rest of it you saw yesterday. So I released this to my gold members. This is like the third iteration, and I had a big line here through it, and it said, you know, gold members only. And I just wanted the gold members, if they wanted, I had some time. If they could buy 10 of them, then I could afford that. Now, what do I mean by affording it? Well, guys, every time you do an expansion, you have to pay for that expansion, right? I had to pay to get better cooling. I had to pay to get the water wall. I had to pay for more fans, and I have to pay electrician every time that I add more units. So I can't just fork out all this money and then hope I make it up in fees, which you can shut your rig off, so then how would I make any of my money back? And I could be out tens of thousands of dollars easy because I'm not charging a fair rate. So I'll go over those electric lines later, but I just figured if I got 10 of them, that could pay for the software, and it could pay for the ASICs to be here, and it could pay for the shipping and the custom fees. And I just did all this math, and it was like legit, and I was excited. And so I proposed it to them, and they didn't want it. So this is the third iteration, and the one you saw yesterday, we just didn't think about it. I didn't think it said D3. I should have cleared that off. And I need 20 units. How many will you buy? That's irrelevant. I'm not selling that. So it's not something that can be sold, and the person who has it won't sell it. So I'm gonna have to go to this camera, and the audio is probably off. So let me go get my battery, because apparently this camera's struggling today. I don't know why. I guess I need one of those, what do you call them? The dummy batteries or something, I guess. The dummy batteries, so to trick the camera into thinking that is there. So put your questions right now. Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to go get another battery. Put your questions in there, and let me know what you think about this Walton thing, like why it's, which camera? Oh my goodness, I'm on this camera. There's too many cameras. I want to know in the chat what you guys think about this Walton thing. I'm going to go get a battery. See, I told you this was not a planned stream. This is an obvious non-planned stream. You can hear the audio. You guys want to hear the ASIC? Oh yeah, that's kind of loud. Okay. Good thing those lights are LED. Oh, I wonder if the storm's coming. Security cameras look like a storm. Okay, so I want to know some questions that you guys have about this, because the thing is it too complex to do the Walton thing? Well, yes, it is very complex, because you have to first you need to acquire the software. Okay, so one, where did the software come from? Number two, where if you acquire said software, how do you use it? I don't know how to use it, so you need a lesson in how to use it. Number three, you need a device to use as a mediator in between the software and the D3. Then you need another device to hook up to the D3 to make the D3 work. So you remove this device, you flash the D3 with the software, and then you hook up this other device, and that will run the D3. So it's not like, oh, he hacked the 11x11 code. Like that's not how it goes. Okay, this camera says that it's back on. So it says. I don't know. I don't really know, so let go for understanding. Okay. So it's complicated. Yeah, it's complicated because it's not a, no, I just flashed an ASIC. No. So if it's flashed, does that mean that Giant's back door is closed? So I'll be the first to tell you that I don't know everything. So if you've got info that I don't know, I would be happy to share it. But a lot of people don't like sharing info with me because they know I'm going to tell the community the truth. Okay, so GJ Quantas says, what is the back, it says, does this mean that this back door is open? What is the back door? And how many people are hanging out with us on Twitch? Not a lot. Okay, so I can't find the Walton difficulty chart. Had a good look. See, that I can't either. But if we could chart it out, which I did chart it out in my head, and obviously I'm running abundance of rigs for clients, so I'm gonna know the difficulty rising from getting, you know, a few coins at $10 a coin. So I was getting like 2 blocks a day to getting like a block every week, right? I mean, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So what allowed that? Did everybody go out and buy a bunch of 1080 Ti's? No. No. Did everybody go out, and even if they did everybody go out, buy the 1080 Ti's, and then acquire the multi-card software? Okay, how about this, guys? Scour the internet. Find a difficulty chart of WaltonChain. You probably can't do it. 2, find me the multi-card software. I have it right here. I'll show you right now. What? But I mean, we can talk about FPGAs in a minute. I've got some info on that, but not enough. I'm gonna open up a rig right now. Let's open up a rig that's sitting. I love using this guy. He's a good client, so we're gonna use him. This is number 5. We're gonna open this up here. So the Walton server block is behind. The main block is on time. So what block are we on? So we're on Walton. We're on block number 206829. Negative. Okay, let's not open up that one. Let's do a restart on that rig. Okay, somebody said something about the backdoor. Sounds like a syncing FPGAs to the high CAC part of the calculation. Okay, so maybe they used FPGAs. That's possible, I guess. That's exactly what an ASIC comes from. So, yeah, I mean. Somebody says Antbleed is a backdoor introduced by Bitmain into the firmware of their Bitcoin mining hardware. I'm gonna write this stuff down, yo. Get new info. So Antbleed, what does Antbleed do? There was rumor that like you know, like ASIC boost, and then like Bitmain was killing it, and then there is this rumor that these S9s can run at like, they can run at so many terahashes, it's like almost double. I don't know how that physically is possible and why Bitmain would throttle that when the 7 nanometer technology comes out from like GMO and things, and they're pulling in 24 terahashes on a 7 nanometer. You think those are throttled too? Does everybody just throttle stuff? I mean, is that the way it goes? I don't know. I guess Mac does that sometimes. Okay, Damo Kings, you should have known better being involved with crappy coins. Please don't swear. After so many years of mining and not being just in Bitcoin, but I feel you for y'all all the same. Well, thank you. How do you know it's a bad coin? Storage coin was not a bad coin. I invested $180 in the storage coin. It went up to $800. I pulled out $400 and then rest of my profits and bought a $400 Bitcoin. So I'm sitting on a Bitcoin that is pure profit from a coin, a bad coin, swear word coin, that people don't use anymore. Really has any purpose. Storage coin. Does anybody ever talk about storage coin? No, they're probably talking about some other decentralized mining hardware coin. So you can't tell me that those coins are worthless, because they can be very useful, especially when you can do that. Dollar King says fair. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's go to another rig, and I'm just gonna click on like 8 rigs here and figure out what's going on. Is the server like that far behind? Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is good. Let's see. Let me. Oh, nope. Mining program stopped on that. GPU 6. So let's. I'm gonna just let me show you this screen. I'm just gonna do a screen share, and we're gonna transition and show you kind of what this. Oh, where did it go? What this software does. So this is the Walton software that. Where did it go? 3 GPU. This is multi-card, right? Does anybody find this yet? Does anybody find the Walton software multi-card? Did anybody find it online? Send me a link. 'Cause I don't think you can find it. I don't think so. No. So we're on block number. We'll just restart this one here. You are being signed out. Check this out. The server is behind. So now I'm gonna email my guy or telegram my guy and be like, hey, well, how often does the server fix itself? That's what I should ask him. So this is, I'm literally just gonna do my day because people think I'm a liar and you guys can hang out with me. Could you make a video about mining Walton, how it works, etc.? I would not advise you to mine Walton right now if you're about to spend, you know, 5-10 grand on rigs. I would not advise that. DJ Quantine says he can't find anywhere. Okay, how does the server lock get in sync, or how often? Okay, so basically I'm a hardware guy and a business guy, right? I'm not a software guy at all. Negative. And my numbers could be off, and I would like to be corrected if they are off. But as far as I understand, oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. As far as I understand, my numbers were not that far off. If I missed a 0 or I put gigahash and megahash, obviously that's a big difference. So I could try to pull up the information I had from my contact and see if we had a conversation in there about just how powerful the miner is. So obviously I'm not going to share the identity of this guy, but basically I said, so you need X amount of money, you need this unit, this other unit, you need certain amount of time per unit to do it. And he's like, yeah. Then he sent me the screenshot, right? You guys saw the screenshot. Like, I don't know how you would make up this. Like, can we break this down? Can we break this down for us here? What is wrong with this information here? Am I messed up on this? Because to me, if my math is right, this is 16,212 hash rate. So this is 16,000, that would be 16 gigahash, right? Which is, if you reference what I said before about mining, I'm pretty sure I said that it was 16 gigahash, right? I did. See? 16 to 22 gigahash is the number I was told. So this is the number I'm getting it from, 16212 gigahash. So if that is the hash rate, let's see here, what is this? Number, ID, chips, 6060, voltage, frequency, hash rate, 0 warnings, temperature of the boards. Okay, so this is clearly a flashed ASIC. Okay, all right, this is says Antminer. You could probably change that. Standard IP, firmware version. Okay, this is probably custom built. The fan speed, fan 1, 2, front and back. Okay, front and back. Memory used for the ASIC, 1 minute load time, 5 minutes, 15-minute load time. So clearly it was running for longer than 15 minutes. It was mining, I guess, here for 6 minutes. It didn't find any blocks. It got get work, best share. So basically, this is the proof. Okay. Looks like there's 3 rigs on the screenshot. Okay, so somebody says it looks like there's 3 rigs. Okay, mathematically, how could you do that with 3 rigs? Okay, how do you get your chip temperatures and your hash rate at 5397, 5277, and 5537? How do you get your hash rate that high? MOAB. Can you tell me that? I want to break this down, guys. I want to be right on this, and if I was about to get screwed, I'd love to know. But ID number is the board. Never owned an ASIC. Okay, well, all right. Well, if anybody's owned an ASIC, I would like that information. You to look over that screenshot and tell me. Sorry, man. You don't own an ASIC, you're not going to understand. That's what ASICs look like inside. I mean, if I pulled one up for you, I could show you. That's just what they look like. They have chips that's what, anyways. So, just got a message from it syncs on its own. This node copied is 45 minutes to, so the Walton sync server syncs on its own. The node is copied is 45 minutes to all the servers to sync. Okay. I think the server am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay, so let's go to a rig and look at the mega hash of it. So if we go over to this rig here, and obviously the server is out of sync, which is no big deal. The other blocks were on 7034 for WaltonChain. So let's go and check what WaltonChain is. Wait, WaltonChain is at, oh, no. Try again, click on the, okay. So WaltonChain is at 206829, 206829. So clearly either this is mining roadblocks, which is not really possible that high, or this is way out. So here's the main Walton, and I don't have enough screens here. Okay, so my guy's gonna take a look at the server. We're at block number, let me type this in the group, 206829. Okay, but it looks like this rig is at 207035, which, if my math is right, we're way ahead. So either WaltonChain is way behind, or this is way off, which is possible. Okay, so the server ran out of disk space. That looks like what has happened there. Anyways, My whole point in this is a 6-card rig, and it says it's running 23 mega hash. If we go to Task Manager here, you can see how we're doing this. Details, performance. Okay, so I'm using a Ryzen 7 1800X 8-core processor. Oh, and if we view logical, refresh now. Oh, how do I do the, it's not letting me expand them all. Right. Oh, here we go. Nope. There we go. Okay, so this is the 8-core, right, with different threads, and, okay, so basically this is a very powerful computer running 8 gigs of RAM. The hard drive's not doing jack. Of course, the internet's doing something, and this is just a skewed up number. I don't know why this says that. There's no way one card works. You can see that by running ATI or MSI Afterburner. So clearly Windows needs to update their task manager for NVIDIA, or AMD for that matter. Anyways, so pulling in, we got plenty of RAM. We got virtual memory too at like 25 gigs. And it's really pushing this processor all day, every day to get these blocks in. And this is a 6-card. This is a 6-card rig. If we do device manager, I don't know why I'm looking at the wrong camera. So if we open up device manager, we can see how many cards are here. There's your 6 cards. This is another program I'm running just to check temperatures and things like that in the background. So, okay, let's go to the chat and see what they're saying while I wait for the server to get fixed. So right now it says the server is synced, but the node won't copy because Windows won't allow it since the server is suffering low disk space. Okay, difficulty is 11,000. Whoop whoop. Okay, that's awesome. It was at like 17 or no 13 last week. So, all right. YouTube watcher says, why not just mine Ether and be done with it? I started looking into Walton and found scam warnings all over the web. Yeah, I found scam warnings too, but with thousands of coins out there, you kind of just have to go off of your personal research preference and what you think will be big. So nobody can tell you what coin to mine. Let's be real. Nobody can tell you except you, and only you can do the correct research to know what coin to mine. I personally never found a coin as powerful as Ether until I heard Walton. Now, does that mean Walton is a scam coin? I don't think so. Not with all of the government connections they have. There's like 300 employees, all these Guardian masternodes and masternodes. If Walton is a scam coin, it would be like, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big crash. I'm talking like breaking headline news tonight. Maybe even a 60-minute special. Not really. But it's going to be big if it was that. So, yeah. Thomas says, Bitman is spamming on everyone, just want to get rid of the D3. I don't understand what that has to do with getting rid of it. Bitman is not selling these at the price that they should be. Bitman doesn't know what they're sitting on. And honestly, Bitman can't even do this. So even if Bitman wants to like bring in the bank mining Walton coin, they can't because they don't have the software. And if they did have the software, they would already release an ASIC, or they would just repurpose all their D3s, flash them, put a different sticker on it, and sell the bejeebies out of it. Bitman is sitting on like $1.2 billion of inventory right now. They didn't even release their last quarter earnings because they didn't want to be scrutinized over what they did the first quarter, which was like $1.25 billion in revenue, and what they did second quarter because of how awful it is. So that argument is not really valid there. Bitman has no idea, and until they either take the D3s off of the market, they charge, you know, $10,000 per unit, or they repurpose D3s and sell at Walton ASIC, they don't know what they're doing. So Litecoin is the real Bcash. Probably. Yep. That could be. So my gut is that the main chain website is way behind and we are cranking on the main coins. And I'm going to prove that now, because if you guys look at, a lot of you guys are saying, well, he's running the wrong, he's not running the right website, or his server's way jacked up or something like that. Yeah, the server might be out of sync, but the rigs are not out of sync, and the server is getting worked on as we speak right now. So, holy smokers, did the mega terahash gigahash go up on Walton? Did you guys look at that? All right, we're gonna go over these numbers again. So, this is a I don't know who this is. Oh, this is probably somebody. This is probably somebody here. I can validate that later, but. So let's click on this block. When was this block mined? 28. What's today? I'm pretty sure today's 28. Oh, today's 28. So yeah. So the server, although it says 6829 on this, and this Walton server says 7042, but yet it's getting blocked. To me, it kind of looks like this is wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but how does this have way ahead of blocks? This has the, right? So this is the server. No, this is the 6-card rig. Have the blocks. This one is where the blocks are. This is the block that was just mined. The dude's probably a Guardian Masternode since he got 3, and he's probably got that bonus one at the cash out, right? And then this guy pulled it in on today. So how did he do that? On that, I mean, I guess we could check. Could we check something in here? Yeah, 7044. It's the same number. Oh, yeah, I don't know. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna tell my guy thank you. Anyway, so yeah, there's something up with that. Something's up with that. Looks like a fork in progress. It's possible. Maybe it's the screenshot. Maybe the screenshot got all jacked up. I don't know. So let's go back to this. So for those of you who own ASICs, you guys know that the ASICs have different chains and different chip numbers and the hash rates. And this hash rate, I was gaining this number, okay, because I assumed that this is 16 gigahashes. If I'm wrong in that, tell me, because if this is supposed to be kilo hashes, and then this would be technically, that would be a 16 mega hash, but I don't think that's 16 mega hash unless my number's off on my program, because this program, if you guys see this number pop up here, right there, 39.7 mega hash. Now this is a custom built program, and so this mega hash could be wrong. 40 mega hash. So 40 mega hash divided by each card, right? So that would be, let's see here, let's pull my calculator. 40 mega hash divided by 6. Whoop. I don't know where the 10,000 comes from. 40 mega hash divided by 6. What? Clear the calculator. 6.66. That would be how many mega hash each card is getting. So maybe my math is off on this. That is possible. Sadly, possibly true. So if that's, something's not right. I don't know where I got that number then. So this is saying that it's 0.3 gigahash, which would be, this would be 6 mega hash. So let's say that's supposed to be a 6. This would be 3, that would be 6 mega hash. 0.6 gigahash. Yeah, it would be 6 mega hash, or is there supposed to be a 0 there? Anyways, the main number that matters is this one. So correct me, I can figure, I'm not good with math being live at the same time. That's just not in my ability. But if this is wrong, this is not wrong. Okay, the D3 coins per day is not wrong. That's not wrong. Okay, that's what matters, right? How many coins am I getting? Well, this is the number that matters. This might be wrong because I referenced it from this. This might be mega hash, but that I referenced from a rig, which might be 6, so this could be off. So if that's off, then 1080 Ti, but the coins per day is correct. So if this is right, because we can do the math of how many coins this gentleman's getting on 42 cards, so that's right. So even if this number is right, this number's wrong. Even if this number is right, this number, even if this number is wrong, this number is still right, because we can prove that. And even if this number is wrong, this number is still right, because we can prove it off of this, because we know that the D3 does equivalent of this. So this is just double checking your work, like cross checking, right? That's what we would have to do here. Now, I sent this over to my gold members, right, who have spent a lot of money here. I then sent it over to my clients who are very smart miners. They're probably some of the smartest miners I know, because they're on their rigs all the time. And I sent it over to my developers and my friends. So if no one checked my math until Telegram yesterday, well then I'm sorry. I'm just like, if no one checked my math this entire time until Telegram yesterday, and it reached roughly 100 people or so, all very intelligent people, way smarter than me when it comes to coding and processes and procedures, and none of them corrected my math, then so be it. That's just the way life happens, I guess. That's highly unlikely. So my whole point in all of this is, if the math is wrong on the gigahash, megahash, that doesn't make me a fraud. It doesn't make me lying about anything. The coins per day produced by a 1080 Ti is still correct, right? And when the software says that it does this, 16 mega giga kilo hash, it is going to produce equivalent of 4866 1080 Ti cards. So then you take the math of the 4866 1080 Ti cards, and you figure out how many you can do with one, and then you figure out how many coins one will generate. So the numbers of one 1080 Ti and 10 coins is per D3. That number is in and of itself correct. The gigahash number doesn't matter. I mean, it matters for cross-checking, but cross-check me. So if I'm wrong, cross-check me. Tell me where I'm wrong. But we can't find half the information we need out there. So it's kind of frustrating because, man, my allergies are bad. Ugh. Water wall won't stop calling, I guess. Crypto North says nothing good can come from blockchain that has so many issues. Nothing good can come from a blockchain. Okay, a blockchain that has so many issues. That's a bold statement. Do you guys remember the Ethereum Ether, as you know it, and Ethereum Ether Classic? You guys know the story of that? Yeah. So what happened there? Some dude figured out how to steal, like, I don't even know, millions of dollars. Okay, tens of millions of dollars out of Ethereum. There's a huge debate in the community. Nobody knew what to do, so they finally came to a decision to fork the coin. They came up with Ethereum Classic from the fork of Ether to try to stop the guy from cashing out all his coins. Well, what happened? Ether Classic went about its day, and everybody was supposed to stop mining it, and it was supposed to die, right? Because the coin dies when you stop mining it. It doesn't die when you stop trading it. Trading it is irrelevant. It'll get delisted automatically because there's no backing of the blocks of the miners. So the miners are key essential to running the coin. Okay, so everyone was supposed to stop mining Ethereum Classic. Like, Ethereum Classic is the real Ethereum. Okay, and they forked it off and said this new Ether coin is what Ether is, and Ethereum Classic is what we're going to name the old coin. You can validate that through the transactions going backwards on the block. So what happens? It doesn't stop. Everybody's like, what the heck? Like, all these avid people who believe in Ether Classic to stay strong, stayed strong. So much so, it just got listed on Coinbase. I mean, how crazy is that? How crazy is a coin that, as powerful as the developers are, and as hard as they try to push an implementation into the people, and the people say, no, screw it, we're not doing that, we're still going to mine this original coin, that it gets so powerful that Coinbase ends up listing it as an actual coin tradable on their exchange. Well, not their exchange, but purchasable, I guess, right now. Purchasable. The largest crypto dealer in America, right? Like, what the heck? They did like $1 billion in fees alone in like Thanksgiving of last year, when everybody was buying coin like crazy. So, like, the math on that is not the math. The ability for a miner to take control of a situation proves that the miners and the developers have to work together. And when they screw things up and mess up blockchains, that doesn't determine the future, because the miner can still say, I want to go this way, and then the developers say, whatever, I still will ignore you, and the miner can go that way. And sure, you only need one miner to do it, right? You only need one miner to fork a chain, really. Like, that's all you need. So anybody can fork it. Now, the adoption rate is where it matters. So if you ever shut off your one miner, then your whole blockchain failed. Like, it shuts down. But you can see that with the case of Ether Classic. Ether Classic, like, it's still going. It's still going. Okay. So can you mine a Walton on an Antminer S9? No, not that I know of. I only told you what I know. I only left out miner information. I left out my contact. I left out the other hardware devices that you need to use on the D3. And the D3 is not running, by the way. Some people are probably like, dude, he's cranking in 10 grand a month. No, the D3 is right here. Like, I'm not mining on it, right? Don't you think I'd be mining on this sucker if it was beneficial to me and I would not tell you about this? I wouldn't be on here like bragging like, hey, I got this D3 and I'm making bank, suckers. See you. Right? I wouldn't do that. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm just here to tell you that this is the world we live in now with our ASICs. People just find a way to hack them, jack them up, and mine for whatever you want. So I think the main point in all this is I've only been honest with you guys, and if any of my numbers are wrong, and if there's any correction I need to make, I am happy to do that. Okay, if my numbers of gigahash, megahash, kilohash is off, let me fix it. Okay, if my information or sources are wrong, let me fix it. You know, I wouldn't have a company that's profitable that came from nothing in an apartment 5 years ago, building rigs in milk crates, right there, milk crates, right? Okay. If I was out to scam everybody. If I was out to scam everybody, I might have released an ICO. I don't even know how to do that. And I have been presented by that almost every week. And I had a couple meetings with you guys who wanted to do some ICOs, and I was like, no, I'm not interested. Don't put me on the meeting. Anyways, so my conscience is clear, and if you want to kick me off YouTube, and you want to kick me off Twitch and all the forums, and you want to blast me and bash me and not kind of do the own research for yourself and do the math, go find the WaltonCoin, WaltonChain difficulty chart. Go find it and do the math and look at the spike of when it went from CPU to GPU, okay? And then look when all the GPUs got bought. Mathematically, do the math. How long did it take if I wanted to mine Walton to turn my 1080 Ti or buy more 1080 Ti's, which NVIDIA is overstocked, so there's no way that everybody went out and bought 1080 Ti's, to then turn on that many miners, to then access the multi-rig program, which I have and some other people have, but it's not open software that everybody can get a hold of. Then to be able to take the network difficulty and skyrocket it out of this world, and people be like, yo, everybody be mining Walton. No. Everybody not be mining Walton. You know what be mining Walton? This be mining Walton, okay? This thing be mining Walton. And this thing been mining Walton for a long time now. And I'm sorry that you think that your little 1080 Ti card at your house is doing that. It ain't. It ain't doing it. It ain't doing it. This is doing it. And you and all your other brothers all connected all your rigs together on the blockchain saying, we're the miners of WaltonChain. We're the ones that increased the hash rate. We did this. We're at this blazing terahash like this. What is it? 11 terahash or something? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That was not you, man. That was this. That was these things, okay? So mathematically, it worked. Developer-wise, that could be a debate. You know, are the developers involved? That, I don't know any developers, so that's a hearsay argument, so. Oh, man. Okay, good job, man. Living the dream. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay true. Thank you. So, do you guys have any other questions? I think I've cleared everything up that I can say. Yeah, my server needs fixed a little bit. Looks like these ASICs, IB links are still running strong. The A9s are running strong over there. I know what you're going to ask. Can we get one? Okay. Let me show you this. All right, let me show you this. This is what it takes to do this. So, let's say you want one of these. All right, step number one. I got to go over here to my box, and I got to get a line run electrical from the box to the pole up there. Okay, number two, I then need to drop a line, okay, from right there. There's the box. I need to drop a line from that box, or there might be another box right up there. I need to drop that line and drop it down, okay? And then I need to run network from the network switch right there. And I need to run that up and then run all that there. And, I mean, I have a switch right there, so I guess I could just go off of that. Okay, then I need to hook up all these ASICs, D3s, to the network switch and to the power. Then I need to run computers, right, like this, right there. And I need to run those so people can access their ASIC and they know that it's theirs. And, oops, fan open. And I need to pay somebody to do all the electrical work. I can do my own network, but a few $1,000s. And then I have to coordinate all that with the clients. Then I have to order or receive all of the D3s. Then I have to flash all of the D3s. Then I have to get the hardware needed to flash the D3s. Then I have to get the hardware needed to run the D3s off of the flash. And then we can mine Walton coin. So let's say today we wanted to do that. I would basically have to sell the units at roughly $2,800 is the math I figured out. That would cover the electrical poles. That would cover the internet lines. The electrician to do that, right? He's expensive, right? I got to do this legally. And that would cover my shipping costs, the custom fees. That would cover my time and labor, because that would cover my developers. That would cover the hardware needed to flash the D3. And that would also cover the hardware needed to run the flash D3, because you take one out and then you put the other thing in. Okay, so we're at 7 things already. Then that would also cover my time and energy in response to all of the coordinating of the emails, you sending me coin, verifying your coin matched your ASIC, and this was numbers, serial number matched to you. And then it would also cover a computer that you needed to run all of your ASICs. Let's say you only had one. I get you a computer. You know, you get your computer, you run it, and then you can access your D3. You can change your address. You can change your pool. You can change your GMN. You can change all of that. Okay, so I need at least 10 things, and to do all that, I would need to sell at least 40 units. At least 40 units to be able to cover all of the costs, so that at the end of the day, I could say, okay, that was worthwhile adventure. Okay, and I did not get on YouTube to tell you that. I didn't get on YouTube yesterday to be like, yo, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do all this, and this is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna check it out. I'm gonna make money. No, 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 no. Okay, what I did on YouTube was just say it exists. ASICs exist. It's here. It's live. I never said I could sell these. I never said I even have the ability to get the software, because I don't. The guy's not giving me the software until I pay him, and I have the money to pay him, and I wouldn't have that money unless you guys paid for ASICs. So what happens if I collect all your money, and then I go out to the developer and I'm like, okay, I'm ready, and he's like, it's not as legit as I thought, right? Then what? Then what? Then I'm gonna look at you and be like, hey man, yo, I'm sorry you invested in me, but I don't exactly have the software, right? And so then you send me $2,800 and I can only give you back like $1,800, right? And there's $1,000 loss because it'd be spread across 40 units, right? So let's say 40 people, it'd be spread. So it wouldn't be a complete loss, but it would still be like a 50% loss probably. And then that was the wrap. And even if I started today to get D3 shipped here, to get the software, to get all that, to get 40 units, plus all the coin, plus the coordination of all that, it would still take a month before I could even get this off the ground. Plus the electrician to run all the lines. He could probably do that in a week. I mean, come on. That's not realistic to think that I'm out here to just make money off of you. That's unrealistic. That doesn't happen. That's not how this business works. This business works by someone asking for a host of a rig, a sale of a rig, or a host of an ASIC. They ship me 1 unit, or I build them 1 unit or 3 units, and we work together and we coordinate the right price according to the market, and we do that together, and I charge them a daily fee. So, all that to say, if anything, any information comes out about the D3 that has an ASIC that I can find out and I can validate that it's true, okay, then I will present it to you free and clear, and it will not cost you anything, okay? All right. Moby would be up for one. I'm sure you would. So anyways, even if we started today, it would still take a month. You'd have to risk 50 to 75% of your money, and I'd have to risk a heck of a lot of time and my reputation, and it's just not something that I can do right now. I don't have that riskability. What do you think on the 2080 Ti cards? Oh man, good question. I like the questions coming in, so bring them in. Bring them in. What do I think about the 2080 Ti cards? First, I think that's a terrible name. 1180 sounds so much better than 2080. So, I think that I think they're going to help mining a little bit, but NVIDIA already stated that they're not involved in crypto anymore, like ASIC is, or some of the other ones. So, I think that it can help, but I don't think it's going to hurt mining. We're seeing an interesting play here coming out with FPGAs, and we're also seeing an interesting play with hacked ASICs, okay? Like Crypto North just says, Baltic Miner already does X11 Quirkle with Mirrored Ghost, NIST 5, Pixie, X Ghost, and they're advertising more altcoins coming. Here pronounced Moab. Oh, okay. Sorry. Moab. Alright. So the Baltic Miner already does a bunch of coins. So hacking ASICs would be the way to go in the future. It's economically makes more sense. It's environmentally better, right? Because don't like that an ASIC runs for 2 months and then it's a piece of junk. The mining physical mining we had to do, and chemically what it took to build one ASIC, you know, you think of the hundreds of thousands of units of these, and then we're just throwing them away after 3 months to 2 years. The S9 is probably the longest. The S9 is currently the longest running ASIC there is. But the S9 is the longest running profitable ASIC there is. So that would be legitimate if you could do that with every ASIC, but you can't. I mean, look at the Sia coin. That's like one of the worst ones. No, Bitem's even worse. Bitem is even worse, right? And what was that Monero ASIC? It was like the Monero one for Bitman was like $12,000, right? I mean, so they're charging outrageous price, which is fine. They can name the price. I can't judge them on the price. But then the fact that these things are worthless in a few months, it doesn't help the blockchain, in my opinion. And unless you're big enough to own thousands of them, you don't benefit from it. So the decentralization is gone, right? You lose the opportunity for people to have them in their home. I would like to see an implementation of IP address tag, where you can only own, let's say, 5 to 10 units per IP address, and you would have to then purchase more IP addresses in order to be owning these machines. There needs to be something like that in place, and I'm sure there'll be workarounds and whatnot, but there needs to be some way that we can become more decentralized. And centralizing mining into a big facility doesn't help. The beauty of a facility like this is all these guys are running like all these different coins. So you can't say like, oh, he's killing it on this coin or killing the hash rate on one coin. No, like we've got like, oh man, I'd probably say roughly 20 to 30 different coins running at any given day in here. So our balance of the entire hash rate across 20 different coins is pretty legit versus the hash rate of one coin being mined from one farm, let's say. So that's kind of why I'm against those big farms that just all cranking in that one coin, and that's considered decentralized. That's not the word decentralized. Now, there is a correct way to do a big farm. You can do a big farm by mining multiple coins, by mining multiple hashes, or by allowing users to get in on the big farm too. So that would be the correct way to do it. Decentralizing the user base, decentralizing the amount of coins you're doing, and not crushing the network. And so, yeah. Thoughts on the Z9 full size? I have one coming in September. The Z9 is going to be pretty legit, and I think the Z9 will be one of those coins. I mean, my thoughts are not going to be whether you should buy something or not. I feel bad that the ASICs are just hurting people's wallets. I don't know my opinion on how to move further with this technology, because you are allowing the creators of ASICs to determine the future of the coin, right? If we spent the amount of money that we spend on building ASICs, if we spent that same amount of money on giving tools, online tools, for anybody with a computer or a tablet or a phone to learn how to code or build coins or tokens and create decentralized software, open source type, we would then see a much bigger progress in blockchain technology. By focusing so many efforts into money of mining on a specific ASIC to make money for that day, to then make it trash and worthless after it hits the exchange a few months later, is where I think we're kind of hurting the blockchain technology. Now, the most money is in them, right? And I guess people go to where the money's at, but they're not going to where the technology's at. And if you hinder the technology, then the real money is not going to come into play until further down the line, right? We're looking at a few $1 billion in Bitcoin. Well, if the money that was inside of the Bitcoin and crypto network spent on research in making it ability for anybody to learn and use blockchain instead of massive hardware, we would see trillion-dollar industry by now. Not a doubt in my mind. So the reason we're not in a trillion-dollar industry is because we're focusing our efforts to try to gain money on the blockchain right now instead of what the blockchain will be in the future. And you can see that with almost any technology. The internet is outrageously more profitable today than it was when it first started. But it's more profitable today because today, guess what? Anybody can build a website. Okay? Anybody can post a video. Anybody can write a blog. Okay? Anybody can send information and transactions and things through the internet. That wasn't the ability back, you know, in the 90s. We didn't even know what the heck the internet was. Watch my video on what is Bitcoin, right? You see where people are like, America, Good Morning America, what is Bitcoin? What do they do? I'm sorry, what is internet? How does it work? Like, that's the same conversations that are happening today, but we're instead so looking forward to how much money is this ASIC going to make me instead of how is this ASIC going to benefit blockchain. Because if we benefit blockchain, we're going to then see the real money, the trillions, okay? And then that is what will change society and help society. You could say that the internet hurts society in some way, but the internet probably has, at this point, done more good than bad to society as a whole, to the world as a whole. I mean, we're talking about education for kids in Africa that had zero ability to do anything like that, but it's only possible because of the internet. Blockchain has that same ability, but we're hindering it right now. So yeah. Hello, can I send you my D3 machines to the Bitbunker and you start mining WaltonChain on them? You cannot. If you watch my last few minutes video, no. There's 10 steps, tens of thousands of dollars at play, and a huge risk, and at least a month, starting today. So every day it doesn't exist, it's another month from that day. Well, you guys are still 30 hanging out here? What the heck? I just been chit-chatting about my love for crypto. Cost and time to have a company develop an ASIC are high. The Sia OB Lex got destroyed when Bitman beat them to the punch. Right, it's just a big race. If firmware devs could share their data on all ASIC algos, we could use old ASICs. We might see this in the near future with FPGA chips installed on new amp miners. Oh, see, the FPGA is just a good, better version of a GPU. Actually, it's a worse version of a GPU. The FPGA only lets you run certain bit streams, right? Well, the bit stream is then built from a smart person, really smart. And then the program of the bit stream is also going to be by a smart person. You got to look at a technology like, like the iPhone here, right? You got to look at technology like that. Then they perfect it with the Samsung, right? That type of technology where you can just touch a phone, okay? Right? I could just touch. You just touch something, literally, just the screen. Like, that's magical, right? That's incredible. And I can just like tap, and I see my email. Tap, and I get this information. Tap, and I can send a message. I want to see that type of technology exist for ASICs. I want to see that type for computers for rigs and mining. I can't give a miner to somebody who knows how to write email. If you know how to write an email, you should be able to mine, but you can't. It's that difficult. It is that difficult. What, you got to copy this like crazy wallet address, and it looks weird. It looks like I'm being hacked. Let's be real. A wallet address looks like you're hacking something. Okay? That needs to change. Okay? When somebody figures out how to revolutionize and create versions that everyone can use, that's when mining will be decentralized. That's when trillions of dollars will be put into this technology. And we're going to be here for the whole thing. The camera you're using now has a good lens. Yeah, actually it's not. Thank you, Crypto North. It's not my good lens. It's an okay lens. It just is a lens that focuses, so I'm going to keep it for now. It has a little bit of zoom, but it's actually the camera that's really good. It's not the lens on this specific thing. The camera's doing all the work. The lens I have that I filmed with some of the other stuff that I'm going to film today is that's the good lens. I don't know if I can film with that today. Anyways, you guys are awesome. I'm losing people, and I'm losing my train of thought. So all I have to say, guys, let's figure out a way to get some real money going into the right direction and really better and further the blockchain tech. And I hope to be with you through this entire ride. I was there with you before it exploded to 20,000. I was there with you at 20,000, and I'm here with you at the low of all lows after the 20,000. I hope to be with you way on into the future and providing only the truth. And if there's anything I ever say wrong, please correct me. I am happy to help. I'm only here to help. And I'm only asking to just survive like a regular guy, living life, just doing what he loves to do. So that's truly my passion. If you watched me from any amount of time, you already know this. So you guys are great. I'm gonna go check on some rigs. I think one of these cards looks like it might have a heat issue or a programming issue. My gut is telling me it's a programming issue with the chip on the main board, so I might have to replace that board for him, which I should have a couple of those boards in stock. So anyways, I gotta get back to work. This is what I do, and my clients want my full attention to do this stuff. So I gotta get back to this. This is where my focus is, and you guys are great. I'll chat with you again soon. Boop, boop. As soon as something new comes out about Walton. Or any other coin, or Bitcoin, or every other coin that you can create. So you guys are great. Thanks again. See ya.